If you are a Leo, Sun, Moon, or Rising, this reading is for you. This is a general message, so take what resonates and leave the rest for another Leo. Okay, I'm going to be doing current and then future energy. So for your current energy, I have the High Priestess, I have the Page of Wands, I have the Seven of Swords in reverse, and I have the Three of Swords in reverse. Okay, so with the High Priestess, I am seeing that you are probably kind of in a time of just like the calm before the storm, but like this isn't necessarily a bad storm coming. I don't think this is just kind of like a time where you're really just I think you're kind of trying to heal a little bit, and you are definitely kind of just in this like trusting of the universe, trusting of yourself kind of period of time. With the Six of Swords, I do see as clarification like very much healing and very much like leaving behind things that no longer serve you and kind of moving on to like calmer shores. With the Page of Wands, I see that you have like this eagerness to move forward in life, and with the Magician in reverse, I kind of feel like you've gotten to a point where you're a little bit frustrated just because it feels like every time you get close to like creating something new, something happens and sets you back. So I feel like that's why you're in this kind of still passive kind of period of time, like I said, where you're kind of just like, okay, let me just, instead of trying to like create something, let me just kind of focus on myself right now, and then, you know, everything else will probably come afterwards. That's kind of where you're putting in this energy with the High Priestess of like trusting that like once you do that, better things will come. With the Seven of Swords in reverse, I'm seeing that you're moving away from some kind of like maybe sneaky or toxic energy. It could be that you're like moving away maybe even from not being upfront with yourself about certain things. And with the Ace of Pentacles, I feel like that's really going to open like a new opportunity for you once you're like very honest with yourself, or you get away from this energy of maybe someone else not being honest with you. It's gonna like open a new door for you basically. And I think that you're also working on moving away from heartbreak of some sort. Like obviously if there was someone who was lying to you or, you know, having sneaky behavior and you're moving away from that, that would make sense. And if not, maybe you were just in a period of depression where you were kind of letting your thoughts get the best of you, and you are being upfront with yourself, like I said, about maybe like it's time to let those things go, or maybe like we just needed to discuss these things and then get it out and then move forward. But whatever it is, you're moving away from that energy. And then with the Six of Cups, I'm seeing that you're also really in this moment trying to get in touch with your inner child. You're trying to like do things that you used to love doing. You're just trying to really reconnect with like the happier times that you've experienced. That way you can, like I said, leave behind anything that no longer serves you and move towards like happiness. Okay, for your future energy, I have Judgment, I have the Sun, I have the Emperor, and I have Death. So I think that there's like this huge underlying tone of this message that is just like saying that whatever you've been feeling, whatever you're currently feeling, this like feeling of like not being able to manifest what you want, although it probably doesn't feel good in the moment, I think that the universe has like a lot bigger plan for you than what you even could have like imagined, and that's why things aren't going the way that you wanted them to go, or that you think that you want them to go. Sorry, I'm jumping ahead of myself, but I say this because with Judgment and the Hanged Man, there's like huge transformative energy going on, and I think that this has to do with you getting to a point where you're just kind of ready to surrender to whatever happens next. You're ready to just like kind of give the control of your life to like a higher being, which could be like the universe, whatever you believe in. And I think that you're going to really kind of take a step back and just kind of like look at your actions. I feel like you're going to try to be like changing yourself for the better, changing your perspective, changing your mindset. There's just like huge change going on, and it's all very positive, because then afterwards I have the Sun and I have the Knight of Cups, which is like you entering a period of time that is just like super, super content and happy and positive. And I think it's all about like this shift that's going on with you in this energy right here. So it's like not necessarily even that like amazing things are happening to you, which they could be, and they probably like will once you change your like perspective, but I feel like it's just genuinely coming from you changing your perspective and like being grateful for what you have, and like being grateful for like the lessons that you've learned, which kind of can get annoying, I know, because like I feel like you guys have been, you know, going back and forth with that energy for a while of like, you know, having to fight off like certain, you know, thoughts or things that haunt you, or people who are rude to you, or I mean, like rude is kind of not the word I'm looking for, but you know, and then you still have to try to remain positive, and it's all about like, oh, stay positive and you'll get rewarded, and like, you know, but I just genuinely feel like that is like a little bit of like a superpower of you guys is as Leos, is just like trying to remain positive when it feels like everything is crashing down. Because then with the Emperor and the Two of Pentacles, I am seeing that you are going to like, once you step into this very like positive and like different energy than you've been in, I see that you also are feeling like you have a lot more control of your life. Like the Emperor, he is very like authoritative. He just is in control of things without having to do or say much. Like he just has that energy to him. And with the Two of Pentacles, it could mean that like you're juggling things sometimes, but in this case I feel like it's really saying that you aren't, that, or like if you are, you're doing it with grace, and like you are doing it easily, and you just feel like you have authority of everything that's going on, and you have control of everything that's going on. With Death, I think that this is about ending an old cycle or an old story and entering something new. And then with the Four of Wands, I think that that's reassuring you that whatever this like new path that you're going on is, it's what is like more aligned with what you actually want or what you actually deserve out of life. And it's gonna be a lot more like successful and definitely more rewarding is what I'm getting. Let's do an advice card. Advice for Leo. Advice for Leo from the universe. Oh my goodness. Okay, and I got the Emperor. The Emperor as advice is just kind of really putting an emphasis on like having good order over your own life. So maybe although things might in this current moment kind of feel like you can't manifest what you want, and you're kind of just like waiting for this next like chapter to come in, I think in the meantime it would be good for you to kind of just like put routine and order into your own life. That way you have control of at least that. And then also I'm getting something like maybe about just like taking control of the relationships that you have with others as well. So if like things need to be said or addressed, to make sure that you're doing that, and just overall to have authority over your own life. I hope that reached a Leo who needed to hear it, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.